Here's how to create a route in Strava. So I've logged into my Strava account. In the top right hand corner, we've got this cross symbol. So we're going to go down to create a route, click on that. So it brings up the local, my local area here. So this is my local area near Bangor. On the left hand side, we've got lots and lots of different options. So we're going to go through each one of those. So we've got ride, so whether it's a ride, run, walk, hike, etc. And obviously that will dictate oftentimes where the route will go. So if it is a hike, then it'll go on off-road sections and on footpaths. If it's a ride, then it doesn't tend to do that. So the next one is follow most popular or follow most direct. I usually just go on follow most popular. The elevation, so you can say whether or not you want to maximize elevation or minimize it. Which surface type do you want? So if you're doing an off-road route, you could say prefer dirt surfaces or any surface type. For this, I'm going to click on preferred paved surfaces. The manual mode, I normally just keep that clicked off. Basically, if you're on manual mode, it won't necessarily it won't hug a line, so it's just literally a bird's eye from A to B, so it's pretty useless in that sense. Then distance markers, so once you plotted the route, you can have distance markers. We'll see that in a second. Then whether you want miles or kilometers. In terms of the map preferences, you can select this global heat map. You can see it's turned these routes blue. I actually find this quite confusing, and I don't keep the global heat map on. As soon as those blue lines are on, you can't then see what sort of road, whether it's a road or not, which is why I don't keep it on. You see it's turned it all blue. You'll also get people who've done swimming, people who've done running, etc, etc. So I tend to keep the global heat map off. Then the personal heat map. So this is personal. So this is where I've ridden myself. And then segments. So whether you want segments on or not, so I tend to leave it off as well. Community photos, so photos that people have taken at various points. And then points of interest, which can be quite useful when plotting routes, because you can see where the coffee shops are, and you can also pick out, there's pubs there, there's also water, where you can fill up your water bottles, which is really useful. So that's the menu on the left hand side. So I'm going to zoom in to a road down here, and you see on the road there's a green dotted line. That is a cycleway, so that can be a cycle only off-road section, or it can just be a cycle lane where they've divvied up some of the road. So it doesn't give you too much detail, but you can assume that it is cycle friendly. So I'm just going to plot a route. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to join that up over to, let's go here. And what that's done there is it's joined up those 2 points. It's hugged the road all the way around. And also this point here, you can see it's a solid red line here, and then it's a non-solid. And basically that's saying that this section here is not a road. And actually I do know that road there. It is actually, you can't drive a road down that, you can't drive a car down that section of road. It's actually a footpath, and there's a barrier there. So obviously it's fine for cycling, but not for cars. So then we'll pick up another line over here. Let's go up there to Bethesda, and then we'll come around there and then back. Okay, so we've got ourselves a little loop there. So you can have a look at the elevation. There we've got a big climb. There brings us up to Rackhub, around Bethesda, Bragmelon, and then a big descent through Tregarth all the way back down. So obviously if you wanted to drag this, you can just drag the line, bring it over to there, so that's a sort of out and back. It doesn't really work. But if we were to drag this one over to, yeah, it'll just change the route slightly, add on a little bit, and then it obviously alters the elevation as well. You can see a useful little thing there on the surface type. So we've got 73% paved, 0% dirt because we specified that earlier, and 27% is non-specified. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to be on a road, it's just non-specified, and you would hope that because we down on the left hand side we said preferred paved surfaces, it would be paved throughout. Okay, so the final thing we're going to do then was going to save the route. We'll put a name in there, and then we get to select whether it's private, whether you keep it for yourself, or whether it's public, and anyone with a Strava account can view it. So I'm going to keep that one as private. I'm going to click save to my routes, and then here is my route. And I can just zoom in, zoom out, check it out in more detail. There's also these photos that have been taken from random people who have ridden parts of that route, and also segments all the way down if you're aiming to crack on with the segment. And that's it.